Hi everyone, this is Sanya, and I wanted to talk about how to live a stress free life without running away from it all. And it is completely possible. Let me start this by asking one very basic, simple question from you. Have you ever brushed your teeth and realized that you don't even remember brushing your teeth?
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride.
Because your mind was already at your 10 a.m. meeting, or replaying that awkward conversation from maybe last night, or wondering maybe what people thought about your last post on Instagram. You're not alone in this. Most of us, especially in our 20s or 30s, are stuck in this loop where we wake up stressed. We are chasing deadlines, then we are trying to manage our relationships, and amongst everything, we are just pretending to be fine. And by the time night comes, we are just lying in the bed, scrolling, still thinking, and still not really here. So there is ambition in your heart, you want to make it, but there is also this quiet ache, this low key anxiety that never really leaves. And here is the thing most people don't realize: you don't need to escape life to find peace. You just need to return to it, and I'll tell you what it means exactly in this video. So let's start with something super simple. If you really want to live a stress free life, the one thing that you need to do is really get your control back over your mind, because it just keeps running away all the time. So when you get the control back on your mind, that is when the life of more awareness and purpose starts. So tomorrow morning, when you brush your teeth, do not think about anything, your to do list or whatever comes to your mind. Just try to bring the attention back to your brush, on the teeth, on your gums, feeling every bristle of it, because that is how you're going to cultivate more awareness of your body and your mind. And the more you practice to be in the present moment, that is when stress usually goes away. What is exactly stress? Stress is when our awareness travels to some other scenario, which something we are very much attached to, maybe a person or a relationship that we always wanted to have, but we are not able to get it for some reason, or maybe a particular goal in our life that we want to achieve and we are not able to. But at this very moment, let's say when you're watching this video, or maybe when you're brushing your teeth, or maybe whenever you're eating your food, stress arises when you're not in the present moment. So tomorrow morning when you brush, just be there for those 2 minutes. When you're taking a shower, feel that cold shower on your body, because that is how you bring yourself back to the present moment. Don't be on autopilot from tomorrow onwards. Become more present in life. And honestly, this is your first spiritual practice. Being spiritual is not very complex. It's the most simple and most basic thing to be. And bringing your awareness back to the present moment, it's actually the entry point to a calmer and a more grounded life. So let's talk about what is exactly causing you stress. Your work isn't stressing you. Let me be honest with you. Your relationships are not your problem. And even your past is not the problem. Maybe you've gone through so many traumas in life, you've just been through shit in life. But to be honest, even that is not a problem. The problem is your constant mental chatter, the mental noise that you have when you just sit in silence and you're not able to sit in silence. That is the problem, because you don't know how to bring yourself back to the center. That is the problem. And this is why you feel stressed when you're doing nothing in life. That's why maybe you're occupying yourself with a lot of things so that you are always busy in life. And I've been there and I can totally relate to it. So don't worry if you're there. Just try to be with me in this video, because it's gonna give you more insights into being more present and being more stress free in life. The fact that your body is brushing but your mind is running is the problem. Your eyes are on someone you love but your thoughts are far, far away, and that is the problem. So, what is the solution to this problem? It's coming from ancient wisdom, Hindu philosophy, my favorite. Thousands of years ago, Indian sages figured this out. They noticed that when our senses are constantly engaged into the outside world, the drama, the overstimulation, and it's always reacting to it, that is when we lose our peace, because we are living an outwardly life. human beings are meant to live a more inwardly life because we have the capability to do so, because we are not animals. And those people who can understand how to live more inwardly are the ones who become more stress free in life as well. So, my guru's guru says that if you want to be on the path of spirituality, so this is not for those people who don't want to be on the path, but if you want to be on the path of spirituality, try to keep your senses inwards and not outwards. The more you do it, the more you become knowing of your inner self. And the rule of thumb is that you live 2/3 of your life inwardly and only 1/3 outwardly. So you must have seen yourself when you're in solitude. You would see that your thoughts are becoming overwhelming and they're just coming to the surface. Maybe that's why a lot of people don't want to live a life full of solitude. They want to have company. But those who can conquer this solitude and be with themselves, those are the ones who are gonna transform and become the master of their own minds, because they'll be driving through their soul. The practice of bringing your awareness back to the present moment is called pratyahar, and it's the fifth step of Ashtanga Yoga. Let's not complicate things, let's keep it very simple. But if you're someone who's interested in understanding these steps of Yoga Sutras, maybe you can watch the videos I've already created on it. And it's not about sitting in the cave, honestly. It's about eating your food without watching Netflix, walking without your headphones on, talking to someone while actually listening to that person, and taking, let's say, 30 seconds to just breathe when your mind goes into chaos. So, here is your challenge for a better life where you are not encumbered with stress, where you're not burdened with a lot of past memories, that you just practice a few things for the 4 times of the day, and it's the easiest of all that you can also practice. I do it every day. So the first thing in the morning, brush your teeth with awareness. Midday, just eat one meal without your phone. Walk for 5 minutes without your headphones on. Observe what is around you. Observe what is happening to your body. Observe what is going on inside your mind. And during the night, just breathe for 30 seconds. It's like an intentional breathing. Do not force anything. Do not take long, deep breaths or anything. Just observe your breath. So don't just change your life, change how you're living it. Now, let me tell you why this all works. So, when you do this, your nervous system resets. You stop living on alert mode. You feel more grounded. Your decisions become more clear because you're activating your super consciousness. And it's not about being less ambitious, it's about being anchored in that ambition. And it's all based on the timeless practice that is a part of the larger spiritual system, the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. So, to just wrap this video up, you don't need to learn Sanskrit to understand yoga or yoga. You don't need to give up your dreams. You need to work on your dreams instead, but with more awareness. And you don't even need to meditate for hours. You just need to cultivate the practice of being in the present moment for as long as you can throughout the day, doing everything that you are doing. And that is how you become a more concentrated person. And once you become a more concentrated person, you will be in a natural flow state, which is the meditative state. And if you can just bring your awareness back moment by moment, you'll find more calm, more clarity, more focus. Not someday, but today. And maybe you'll realize that spiritual practice is not something which is far away. It's something that you're doing already. It's just that you're reminding yourself of your natural state. Spiritual wisdom is not ancient because it is old. It's ancient because it still works. That's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.